morning, or rather good afternoon. It is bang on 12 o'clock and it is the start of a very, very slow Sunday. I love a slow Sunday vlog. I would be lying if I said the majority of my Sundays weren't incredibly slow, but today we've planned in slowness, we've planned in being intentional, I've planned in some creativity, and I'm not going to get stressed about like whiling the day away and taking time to relax. So it's 12, I still haven't showered, I have got proper clothes on over my pyjamas because I just got back from the shop. I had a really yummy breakfast of like this vegetarian chorizo, no rizzo, whatever you want to call it, with some leftover spinach and eggs that I'd meal prepped and some corn salsa. Me and Doug decided, truly embracing slow Sunday, we wanted soup for dinner. So I've got some leftover vegetables, but I went out to get, let me show you, croutons, a cauliflower, because we're gonna have this as like a base for our soup. I didn't know what kind of bread he would want and he wasn't responding to my text, so I got a tiger baton and my trusty Jason, just because I'll need that anyway. And then I picked him up some bagels because he's at the gym and I ate his last bagel and he needs some lunch when he gets back. I'm not making him lunch, I just got him some bagels. On the agenda is to sort out the kitchen just a smidge, not too much productivity, because it's a bit gross because I just make breakfast, obviously it made a mess. We stayed in bed till like really, really late today, like 11. Well, I said we stayed in bed till 11. We woke up at 7. I came to put the wash on because I loaded the washing machine last night. Then I went back to bed and fell back asleep till like 11. So that was ready for us, so we've hung that out. After I've done the kitchen, I'm gonna have a shower because I feel a bit grotty and grimy. It's gonna be a strictly no makeup day today and we're just gonna have a really lovely Sunday. By the way, if you're new here, my name is Charlotte. I vlog quite a lot now, which I hope everyone enjoys, as well as some other content. Nice to meet you, nice to see you and have you in this corner of the internet. Freshly showered and in a very comfy, clean, like athleisure set. These leggings are definitely like some of my favourite. They're Sweaty Betty ones. I don't know the model name, I think they are like a 7/8 because they're a little bit shorter. They've got one pocket. They're just like so velvety and like sucky in. I promise this is like not an ad or a sponsor, but I'm just really pleasantly surprised by them. They don't like hurt your tummy, you know, because sometimes they hurt your tummy if they suck in too much. Right, first thing I need to do, because I've been putting it off all week, because I was like, oh, I'll film it, but now I don't want to do it, is plant care. I'm actually like a little bit concerned that this is growing mould. In the summer, I am fertilising my plants every time I water them, so I use this plant food, which is from Between Two Thorns in Brighton. It's like a seaweed extract, and I have this water bottle that's actually mine that's broken. I've written plant food only on it, so I just put that in there. I like to put this plant food in the bowl and bottom feed these, and they just take as much as they need, and also because I don't use rainwater, I use tap water, it stops them getting the like white minerally deposit all over the top. I think this is going to put out a new leaf soon, maybe like up here. I can feel it. I usually just check that the top 2 inches of soil are dry. Monsteras really like to dry out, so I kind of put that on the side of caution, and this is really, really dry. I can feel it. So it's like pulling away from the edges and it's really light. Good way to test it is just to get a chopstick and put it down into the soil, and if it comes out clean, it's time to water it. So yeah, I just put that in there and leave it in there for quite a long time. And you should be able to see air bubbles coming out where it's like drinking up the water. That's really interesting to me because I think that is where it's near the top of the glass. There's obviously not been a lot of airflow, and this has only started developing mould since I moved it to on top of my bookshelf, and obviously that's not got any airflow, whereas previously it was by this window which was open all the time, so it was obviously stopping the mould forming. So I'm gonna, it looks like a powdery mould rather than like a spiderwebby mould, but I'm gonna boil the leca that's in here to like sterilise it, and I'm gonna spray the plant with some alcohol because I don't have hydrogen peroxide, and I'm gonna like start a new batch of petals, if that makes sense. I'm gonna do all of that off camera though shortly. I feel like it might stun this poor little new leaf, but Oh well. Right, my peace lily is also looking a little bit tired, so I'm just gonna put a plastic bag down. So this is a peace lily I actually got from IKEA. I've been like really impressed with the health of it, considering I bought it new. There wasn't much I needed to do. I don't really water peace lilies that often. I say it's really healthy despite all the flowers dying, but obviously the flowers do just die eventually. She's starting to droop a little bit, but peace lilies are really dramatic, and actually I can see that that leaf has cracked and split, so I'm going to tie her up so she doesn't droop. I've never had a peace lily this big, and I will say one thing that's really annoying to me is it's creating more hoovering, because look, you can see the pollen from the flowers is like really, not massive, but you know, it drops very quickly. Just snip off all these browns. From my understanding, these should have, so it's fine to do this. From my understanding, there should be a little bit of a period of non-flowering now, while it recuperates its energy. I'm just gonna take all of the gross mouldy leaves and anything that's maybe a bit old and dead out. Some of these poor flowers never got a chance to flower. She's brown, so she can come out, because they're kind of like lower down and they don't get as much light, I guess. I was raised in like a really planty household, so I feel like a lot of my houseplant knowledge is a mixture of that and then, hate to say, like basic common sense. But I think the problem with a lot of people and houseplants is you will do too much to them. You overwater them and you like move them too much. They get shocked quite easily. I mean, peace lilies are fine. They are really dramatic and really hardy. I used to not water my old peace lily till it literally just like collapsed, and then you just give it a bit of water and it springs back up. I also do think I have like quite a basic like horticultural, like green thummy planty knowledge, because I am a qualified florist, for those that didn't know, many years ago, another lifetime. But a lot of that like quote unquote common sense has like carried over. Right, I'm just going to use this tape to tape that cracked one to another leaf, just so it sits upright a bit more, because I don't really want to cut her off. I will if I need to. Ruffle some of these out. I feel like this plant definitely has a back and a front, because that is the back. Look, there's another one that needs snipping. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get a damp cloth and just wipe all of this pollen off, because if the leaves are like dusty, it can stop them photosynthesizing. The good thing about a peace lily is they spit out new leaves so often, so if you feel like you don't have the patience to wait for new leaves, this is a really good plant to get, I think. I need to go like charity shopping for some more like plinths and stuff, because I don't like them all being ground level. I want some of them a bit higher. Oh my god, that is such a horrible angle. So for this one, I've just like washed up some new clay pals, and I've taken out like the top 2 inches, and they're boiling on the stove. I've also sprayed the stem with some alcohol, because I had some knocking around. I didn't have hydrogen peroxide, and I've like sprayed all around the edge of the glass as well. This should be fine. It's not that bad for the plant. It's just to get rid of any like mold. The thing is, mold isn't like necessarily bad, but I would rather it not be harmful mold or attract pests or anything like that. So she's going to come back here, and I'm just going to top it up with a smidge of fertiliser, and I'm going to chuck what's left in here in the ficus, the rubber plant. So I also got this beautiful like fern, palm fern, from a friend. My lovely friend Lucy ordered me this to my house, which is so kind of her. Is that mould? Now I'm mould paranoid. I think it might be. Let me spray it. From a company called Beards and Daisies, who ship plants. Came in this massive box, and it's come in like amazing condition. I will say it's been very well watered, because obviously it was like in transit, so I'm not going to water this any further. I'm just going to leave her to air out and get settled. And I already did do quite a thorough check over for pests, because I was scared about bringing pests into my house. I need trays for all of these, but I can't find pretty pots and pretty trays in the right sizes. And then I have my Fatsia, which already comes in a lovely pot actually, that my dad got me. Look at this. This is an indoor or an outdoor, and it probably didn't need to be on a plant stand because it's already in a pot. And it looks okay, it looks pretty fine. I reckon it could do with a bit of water. We need to put more stuff on the walls, but I'm like really hesitant to because I want to do a gallery wall and I feel like I don't want to put all the command strips up and then change it, so I'm waiting until we like have everything for the gallery wall, if that makes sense. But obviously that's going to take ages because I don't want loads of new prints. I want like collected and curated stuff. We've got so many photo booth pictures, so I wanted to put them all in this big A3 frame, but they didn't fit into this big A3 frame nicely, like there was a weird gap. So I've kept this from a charity shop I got for like £3 or something, and I had these 2 frames already, so I did one colour, one black and white. So I'm thinking like eventually these will all kind of start being hung here. We want to get like a low sideboard unit for here, so maybe like hip height, you know, that you could put like a bar, we don't drink a lot, but like a bar and some books and something here, and then have like a really big gallery wall here. This is me and the whole gang all together. I put them all on one surface so you can see. I water my hydrangea too much, but it's in the name, hydrangea. Like they love water. They like showers as well, so just all over the top. I've been really wanting to do something that I would class as like play, or something that's just like, you know, quite creative. And I'm gonna do some Lego. I got this like 2 years ago for my birthday, maybe 3, from like 2 of my amazing good friends. And sadly I just like never did it. I got one for Doug for Christmas and we were going to do it together, and then I just didn't, and then I had no flat surface to put it on, but I think it's going to live on my bookshelf. It comes in green, but it's also actually interchangeable to pink, but the pink is frogs, like they're tiny little frogs, which is amazing. So I'm going to do that. I've been really craving watching Hairspray, so I'm going to put on Hairspray as well. I've never done a Lego set like as an adult. So this will be interesting. Is it going to make everyone really sad if I do the green and not the pink? Because I think the green will look better on the shelf because I have so much pink stuff on the shelf. I was listening to the Hairspray soundtrack the other day, and like, don't get me wrong, I'm not a big musical person, but for some reason I just love specifically the Zac Efron Hairspray. It's just a great combination of things. So I'm going to put that on while I do this. I feel like it's probably for environmental reasons, but I do really miss the toys that come in cereal. This is supposed to be like a fun, relaxing activity. I found it. I feel like I've been really desperately in need for like some time alone. Just some like introversion time. I've been doing a lot of like group stuff and, you know, being on like top form at my new job, and while I've really enjoyed doing that and like meeting people, that is something that's quite intense for me, and I feel really pathetic being like, I need alone time, but that's just something that is like a non-negotiable for me. So this day in where I could be quiet and like intentional about how I spend my time. I noticed I've been feeling quite drained because I've been doing a lot of like sitting and scrolling and just like not doing what I feel is like a very good use of my time. Sitting and scrolling and being addicted to Heyday, which by the way, I'm addicted to Heyday now on my phone, brilliant, is not like a very good use of my time. Like I've even been too drained to read on a lot of occasions. Feeling like I just need some alone time. I think one thing I really want to do is just like be more intentional about carving out like quote unquote time for play. I know lots of people don't use the term playing for like adults having fun. I feel like you would understand what I'm meaning by that. I've obviously been spending like so much time with Doug, and that definitely recharges me. I know it seems like I do a lot of things by myself in these vlogs, but it's just because he doesn't like being on camera, which is super fine, and I really respect that. Probably I'm going to speed this up because otherwise you will be sat for hours watching me do this. I didn't see how long this took me. Let's see what time I'm starting now. If it's 5 to 2 now, we'll see where I'm at when I finish and add on like an extra 10 minutes. Oh my god, I just love the music for this movie. It like makes me so happy. Think how much fun it would have been to film this.
Thank you.
So, would it be... Listen, I can hear the bell.
I'm having a little break for a custard donut, the best donuts. I've made like a fair amount so far. I'm working on the trunk. It did take me the whole of the hairspray film. And then you've got the little stand and you just put it on the little stand. Look how cute it is. Am I regretting not doing the pink? Slightly. But of course you keep the pieces and then I can change it. Look as well, there's like a little hidden brown frog on this one. And it wasn't too difficult to build. There was a few bits that got a bit confusing for me because like it's all the same colour, but I love it so much. I mean, if it fit in there, which to be fair, it would off the stand, that would be perfect. Because like I thought it would be kind of cool around the green because I've unintentionally done this like pink with pink, red with red, purple with purple. But I also think I might just put it up here. I think I just like it up there as like a nice little new addition. I guess the big question is like what next, you know? I'm gonna just have a little tidy up. I'm gonna put... That was the wind. Bug?
Yeah.
Oh, do you know what? I didn't hear you walk past and I thought it was the wind and it really scared me. My background is so messy, I still haven't moved any of these boxes. We're working on it, okay? We're working on it. I've just made green tea. This is a Bird and Blend one called Summer of Love. It's like, I can't remember exactly what's in it, but it's got central green tea and then some chamomile and some like really fruity deliciousness. I'm gonna edit for a couple of hours because I feel quite motivated to after taking some time to just chill. So I'm going to do that and I'm going to watch some TV in the background. I'm not going to show you my editing process because there's 1,000 vlogs with my editing process. It's actually much later because I was editing. It's like 7:15 I think, and I'm just going to make the soup. My dad got me this soup maker, let me show you. Basically we have soup quite a lot when we go to my dad's and he's always like talking about a soup maker, and then he found one in a charity shop for me that was brand new and it's exactly the same model, so I thought we'd make a soup tonight. I feel like this is really uneventful but it's like perfect for winter because I love making soups. You put everything in raw, although I did cook off the onions and some like roasted some of the veggies, but it heats and cooks everything. So I've got cauliflower, broccoli that was leftover butter beans. I've put some frozen basil in there, and then you fill it up with water and 2 stock cubes and like your seasonings and spices, and then you just put the lid on and blend and cook. So I'll show you that now. It should take 19 minutes and I'm really scared I've overfilled it, but it beeps and I have to empty out some of the liquid, which is what I've just done. But I clicked start and it should do it. Wow, look, it made soup in 19 minutes. I was just showing them my soup maker. The soup was really good and I'm watching Below Deck, and Doug went to the shop and got me a cornetto and I wanted something fruity, so I got Solera as well, so I'm double ice creaming and I'm just watching a little bit of Below Deck while I eat this. And then I think I'm going to do something else. I'm going to start something. I'm starting a project, so I'll show you that. Yeah, it's a Sunday night, but it's a bank holiday, so I've got tomorrow off, so that's why I'm not getting straight into bed. I've been wanting to work on my gallery wall, and I've really struggled to find prints that I like and that aren't like really obvious, or you know, like the kind of prints that everyone has. And obviously a gallery wall is going to take a little while to turn into anything because I've got to find like prints I like. I understand that you can't rush it if you want it to look authentic and there's so much behind it, but I thought it might be nice if I like gave it a crack painting something myself. I know that's really ambitious, isn't it? So I bought these 2 canvases from the works. I could only buy 2, but actually it works because if I fuck it up, it's fine. Put on the screen like the kind of vibe that I'm going for, so actually you'll see that it doesn't matter if it's not very nice, like if it's not really well done. I don't know if I'm actually going to start painting tonight, we'll see. I'm going to like sketch out my ideas. I've got a couple of screenshots of like things that I would like to include on it, so I'm drawing inspiration from like a couple of other prints I've seen. And then I brought over like my big art box of stuff, so it's got like all my acrylic paints, it's like my hobby graveyard, all like my markers. I've basically got this like massive netted quarter box that's full of like all my crafting stuff. I just figured it's nice to be able to like be a bit creative and do it in a way that's not got a lot of pressure. So I think I want a nice tablescape with some different foods on it, maybe some wine, like a bright and colourful background. I'm thinking like bright pinks, bright blues, that kind of thing. But yeah, I'm gonna just start sketching it out and see what happens, and I will put you in a place where you can better see what I'm doing. I did fine art at college. I did actually all artistic subjects at college and I failed all of them because I didn't do the writing on the coursework. So obviously that was like 10 years ago. So I haven't really like done much painting or like creative stuff in the last 10 years. although I did absolutely love fine art. I wanted to do art history at uni. I wanted to get into restoration. Obviously that did not happen. I could still do restoration, I guess, if I wanted to go get a degree. That could still happen. The good thing about this is it doesn't need to be perfect. This is what I've got so far. So I've got little vine tomatoes, some boiled eggs, some olives, and fish, like sardines. On a table, I'll paint the floor like here. And I think I'm going to do the table like a bright colour and the background a bright colour, but like two opposite colours. So I want to do the table like baby pink or something, I think, or blue, and then that blue or baby pink, like the opposite. Yeah, I wasn't going to do any painting, but I'm like tempted to paint the tomatoes because what's the time? It's 20 to 8. I think I've got time. I feel a little bit like painting at night is maybe not a great idea because I can't really see the colours too well, to be honest. I'm just going to paint the stems of these tomatoes and maybe the tomatoes. Let me show you where I got up to with my painting because it's like 10 p.m. and I really want to carry on, but I just think I'm going to call it quits for this evening because I also kind of want to get into bed, and I'm going to carry this on like throughout the week, and I'll probably show you the next, like the completed version in the next video. So I did the tomatoes, I did the boiled eggs, which I'm really proud of. I did the white on the plate as well, although that probably wasn't a good idea to do that today because I could barely see because my lighting wasn't good. And I did the olives and the white around the olives as well. Obviously I should have rubbed out the pencil lines, but oh well. I just really wanted to have like a fun, creative day, and I feel like that's what I've done today. I've done some like hobby stuff, I've had a really nice dinner. It was just like a perfect slow Sunday for me, and of course it helps that I didn't have work tomorrow. I am gonna head to bed. What am I gonna do? I think I'm gonna have a little tidy in my bedroom because the washing's all hung up in there, and I think I'm gonna have a little read if I can manage it. Maybe do some editing. I've been enjoying watching Below Deck, so I think that's something I'm into now. Anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know if you want to see like more creative stuff like this in vlogs, because I do actually have a lot of like craft kits and scrapbook stuff. I've got a miniature like house thing to build. I don't know if you've seen those like miniature dioramas. I got a kit of that for Christmas, which I still haven't done. Thanks so much for watching. If you're a new viewer, thank you so much for sticking around as well. If you liked my channel, it would really like mean the world to me if you subscribe or left a comment or left me some feedback. At the moment I'm uploading on Wednesdays and Sundays in the evening. This might change slightly, but I'm a little bit undecided. I'll keep you updated via like the community tab and also on my Instagram and my TikTok, which you can find in my bio, not my bio, my description box down below. So nice spending my Sunday with you. I hope you liked it, and I will see you on the next video.